Well, I got this yesterday. It's a 79, I believe. 78 or 79 moped. I never had a moped before. My school bus driver had one when I was a kid, back in the 70s, and she wrecked it on the gravel road and broke her nose and got 2 black eyes. So, anyhow, let that be a warning to me, I suppose. But anyhow, it's in disrepair. The gentleman I got it from said over 10 years ago something messed up on it with the petcock on the fuel, which is over here, and there's a nut that treads on, and then you got a tube that goes in there and comes up like so. Anyhow, so it broke and he couldn't find another one, and then he had some electrical issues, so he decided to take it apart and look at it. So he took it more apart and looked it over, I guess he said, and he didn't put it back together all the way, I guess he said. It's clear he didn't get it all the way back, but his electrical problems, the wiring harness is in pretty poor shape. Guess that's probably where that rectifier goes, there, I suppose. But and these cables here, for some reason he's got them unhooked, but that's okay, because, and over on here on the wiring harness over here, it's in pretty poor condition. Now, I don't know, that looks like it's melted to me, but that's okay. And that's an Indian model, or manufactured by Indian 4-stroke. The little bit of reading I did on it says that the Indian name was purchased in the 70s or so, when the name for 10 grand, because the Indian Motorcycle Company went bankrupt, and the article indicated that they didn't get any of the bids for the military during World War II for motorbikes, so they just flat couldn't keep up and compete after the war. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I read. And I also read that this is obviously, it's a 4-stroke, and most mopeds are 2-stroke, and I read that parts are near unobtainable anymore for these, since they're getting up there in age. So, okay, here's the sprocket. It's not on there for the chain on the back. It's got new looking tires. He indicated something about tires. But here's kind of neat. You got 2 sets of sprockets, kind of like the old Honda 90s trail bikes, where you can switch back here and switch sprockets up front for different speeds. It's got the pegs back here for your spare person. It's got a little toolbox back here. Still got a little water in it. I washed it off yesterday when I was dragging home. So, turn signals, license plate. Okay, in here, what do we have? Wheel and pedals, 1216 North Rockwell, Oklahoma City. I'm gonna have to look up and see if they're still in business. But So, why would I drag something home like this? I don't know. Oh, and another fun fact that I did read, as you casually glance over this beautiful moped, that this is one of the more undesirable models, and the more undesirable color, with the more undesirable engine built in Taiwan. And I read that on, I think it was something mentioned on Moped Army on their web page. So, that sounds about like why I should drag it home, because it seems to be still pretty decent looking. I don't mind the color. But also, I have the parts. I got the exhaust. I got, well, here. These are the parts that came off of it. All the side covers. Lock, ignition lock. Intake, or air filter and intake. Air filter. Various brakes. And then there's 3 petcocks in there. One's broken and then 2 good. One of them, I believe, will screw on there. The other one doesn't seem to fit the pedals. So this is, according to him, all the parts that were on it are in here to put it back. But in here there's also a piston, so it makes me think that he took a piston and ring, or rod. So it makes me think that perhaps he took the piston off. But that doesn't concern me. Why not? Well, because it came with a toolkit, a pair of pliers, and a screwdriver. So that should be good, right? I haven't really looked in this toolkit, but it was in the toolbox. So there's plenty of reason right there not to be concerned about this bike going. And it did come with these, I don't know, they're mag wheels. They're not in the greatest shape, but I think a little cleaning up. I'm guessing they're aluminum. I don't think they're magnesium, but they're a mag type wheel. So I got those. I don't know. I kind of like the spoked ones myself, but so I got that. And of course the original pieces that came off of it. Here's the exhaust. It seems to be not all bent up. Got a twisted off stud, which I'll just weld another one on there. Clean that up. It'll be good. And here's another wiring harness and a set of cables. Looks like probably better than what's on there. At least the wiring harness looks to be a lot better. I'm not seeing any melted wires or chewed up wires, so that's nice. So that makes me feel pretty good. And then in this package here, there's even another set of cables. I haven't gone clear through this. I just kind of glanced at it last night. But there's another set of cables. So I don't know if one of those boxes is missing, that box is missing a cable, or if this is missing something, or if I have 2 good sets. And then in here, I have another, come on, engine case, and an empty cardboard box. So Looks like a complete. I don't know if it's all there. There's the cover. And there's a sprocket. Keeper. So can't turn it by hand. So I have that engine here. He seemed to be in the opinion that a person could surely get an engine going out of what was in this bunch of boxes, or actually get an operating moped. And in this box, I can't remember what's in here. These are all taped out. Oh yeah, this one has 2 brand new tail light covers. One that's on there is nice, and then I've got, I don't know, quite a few of the turn signals, which ones on there aren't too bad, but maybe he's already switched them out. I don't know how many's in there, but so I got that, which is nice. And then now here we have another engine, or at least part of it. It's been opened up. Got a crank in there. Okay, crankshaft, but no rod. Oh, broken rod. Is there a broken rod on it? I don't know.
Incoming subspace signal. Incoming subspace signal.
Okay, I grabbed a light. The phone was ringing, and it was Emma from the vehicle service unit wanting to get me some sort of extended warranty. She didn't seem to think that this moped fell into that category, so out of luck there. But anyway, so at least there's a kit. Okay, so I guess this is the magneto power cords. So now it's my understanding that you're supposed to swap these on these little engines. Maybe it doesn't matter, but you're supposed to swap a crank and a piston rod at the same time, but I don't know. So there's that. I got this piece here. Get this stuck back down in there, and then move it out of the way, because we still have this other big box to look at. And hold on. Okay, so this one's kind of a fun box too, because there is another speedometer. Nice one. With the wires. I'm wondering if in one of those bags there's a speedometer cable too, which would be nice. I don't know if I need it, but I wouldn't mind having something extra. I don't even know, maybe the speedometer doesn't work on that other one. But this was what it was wrapped in. And then in here, I have valve covers, or a brand new valve cover. Brand new head. Brand new. What is this? Two pieces, some. Brakes. Okay, so front and rear brakes in there. So I have 2 brand new sets of brakes. And then, oh no, a brake. Oh, the clutch. Brand new clutch. brand new clutch. I believe this must be brakes. Or is it part of a clutch? I don't know. So that's kind of nice. We got that. So and then there's this. This is a brake. Oh, it's a brake shoe. Yeah, so that must be a clutch in that bag, in that box. So this is what the brakes would look like. And it's missing a pad on, or a shoe off of that vacuum plate. Yeah, there it is down there. That's not really any good. But, and the pedal crank. Used one. Not sure. Oh, cylinder. Brand new. Sure is. A brand new cylinder. Cast iron cylinder. What do you know? Okay, so I have a new cylinder, new head, new cover, valve cover, another cylinder, okay, battery hold down strap, I'll bet ya. There's my cylinder. So 2 cylinders, battery hold down strap, an empty box. Looks like got more valve covers. Okay, another cylinder, another head, vacuum material, there. Rocker arms. Oh, nice. 2 rocker arms. Okay, we're getting closer. Oh, and also there's over in one of those envelopes, there's some gaskets. It looks like, if I remember, case gaskets. And we got this box. And what do we have? Valves. Keepers. Some valves and keepers, and a gasket for exhaust. It looks like an exhaust gasket. That's nice. Valve cover gaskets. Flat 1.460 wide. Maybe it's a head gasket. I'm thinking it's probably valve cover gaskets. Rings. Standard bottom rings. Okay. Standard top rings. These must be the middle rings. I don't know. They're not labeled, so. And standard middle. There's a head gasket. Plural. Multiple. How many we got? I don't know. At least 2. Yeah, it looks like 2. And maybe an exhaust gasket. Oh, there's an exhaust. Those rings there. Okay, so those must be intake or something. But these little rings, I think, go on that exhaust. So exhaust and head gaskets. Nice. no clue. One, two, 4 pistons. So I'm going to guess there's 4 sets of rings. Springs. Kickstand springs, perhaps. Flasher relay, maybe? That's my guess, I don't know. Another one of those. I wonder if these are seals. They don't look like it. And this, used, apparently. It's got a gasket stuck to it, but it doesn't look used. I bet that's for the intake. Don't know. So, I think there should be enough parts then. I think that's all the boxes. Yeah. Should be enough parts to get me close. I don't have any new valve springs, so I'm hoping that I got keepers but no springs. So there's no head there. So maybe I'll get lucky and my valve springs on the one that's on the bike will be good. I don't know. Get this out of the way, and then we'll take them out. We'll go look at that others. Do you guys remember if now this one doesn't have. And this is the light covers or lenses. Does this one have a head on it? No. Okay. Got a piston. Or a rod. Oh, that's good. No push rods. So back to this. If he took it apart just to look, see that there's some bolts missing, so I don't know how far he took it apart. So I'm hoping he didn't pull the head. I'm just hoping he opened it, took a couple of screws out, and then stopped. Push rods. So, well, I don't know. I like these spoke wheels pretty good. Gazelle on them. M62 2517s. So he said something about having gears change different ratios. Yeah, this right here. This has got gaskets in it. I think they're case gaskets. Well, I thought it did. Gaskets, yeah. Yeah, there they are. 2 case gaskets, one of them's torn. Let's look around in here. What do we have? side cover, intake, clutch. Oh, I bet that's inside. There's a chain gear. Air filter, perhaps. Is it trim? Handy tarp strap. Camshaft, perhaps? Gear? I guess that goes on the handlebar somehow to lock it. Ooh. Spacer. Side plate with a... Oh, okay. So this is where you switch between pedal it like a regular bike, or if you want to engage the engine to do the pedaling for you. I don't know. Pedal. Another side plate, modified for performance. And then another one of these. Seems new. Another one. I bet they are brakes. Those are backing player from brakes, I think. So that, and then there's the bolts. Petcock. This is the one that he said that he broke. And this turns counterclockwise. But this nut's broken. A little filter, I guess, right there. Hold the motor in. There's another petcock in here that I know will fit on there and isn't broken, because I put it on there when I was hosing it off to, yeah, I think this is the one. So the way this looks to me, it's a little filter there, I guess. So this sets up in the tank. You know, when you get run out and you turn it to reserve, you've got that much, because then it starts sucking it in there. Put the stuff away. But there's bolts, and you can see down in there is a piston with rings on it. So I'm leaning towards guessing he probably took a peek inside what it would be like to pull the piston out. I think they must just have a floating wrist pin in them. So I think I should be able to put something together. Also, notice has a nice little luggage rack on there, and it looks like a 12-pack will fit on there nicely. And I'm gonna guess that this tarp strap will probably hold it on. So the person needs to run down straight to the liquor store. Should be able to get her done. What's in this toolkit? Might be a two-hand job. Hold on. Suzuki. I don't know. Oh. Look at that. Nice. Whole different set of gears. Brand new. Hand wrench. Keys. Blank keys. And screwdriver. So that's pretty neat. Look at that. How many teeth on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. 11, so 11 and 14. And another 14. And then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16, 14, 11. And then what do we have here? Okay, so I went ahead and I pulled the box open and pulled out all the stuff from the wiring harness one. And there was a mouse nest in there, a real nice one, and a bunch of bird seed. But I don't think there was anything really chewed on. So I did notice this has a run stop button right there. And this one up here has a run off button. Looks like it was a slider, which is broken. So that's good. I got that. There's the choke. But anyway, and so then here's the cables. All the extra cables that I have. So I'm really pretty sure that between what's on the moped itself right now, as far as cables, and what I have here, that I should be able to get some fairly good cables on there. And as far as the wiring goes, it's slightly different. And initially looking at it, I think there's some slight differences, specifically with the, like, I don't know where it's at, it's in here, I think. Yeah, this. Versus this one. This one doesn't have a key, at least that I found, unless the, well, those blanks won't work. But so this one here would just block the steering column. There are the forks. And this one will lock it, and looks like it'll probably break a ground, open up a ground. So that's great. It'll probably fit on that wiring harness, but as you can see, the pins are different. The bolt holes are different on it. So I held it up there on the fork, and this one holds up there, and these line up. This one doesn't. So we'll figure that out as we go. And the nice thing also here, this, we have parts book, service manual, and then it looks like another parts book photocopied session here, and service manual. So with that, I should be able to come close to getting something put back together. And I went ahead and took the handsome little travel case, transport case for the spare bolt, or the bolts, and put them into this Highland parts bin. So I don't know if that's a tappet. I don't know if that's a tappet. A cotter for the crank, or the pedal, some springs. So I don't know what I have, but I do believe that he probably pulled this piston out. Oh, that's got a lot of wear on that skirt, because this is in here now. Does have the wrist pin back in there. And I don't know, I didn't pay attention if the wrist pins were in those new pistons or not. But there's the little keeper right there for the wrist pin. So I guess that's where we're at. So, oh, and here's the original. And here's a replacement, and then here's an extra one that doesn't fit. So I'm happy to see that, because I guess these are near impossible to get anyway. Anyway, so I guess the next step is going to be go ahead and take that engine off. Looks to me like it's kind of precariously sitting there. Should be a bolt there. There's one there. There's one there with a nut going. So I'm going to take that out. Take the carburetor off, and it'll probably come down, and then I can work on getting electrical. Hold up. Replace those. All this is out of the way. Figure out what I've got, what I don't have. Make sure that positive, negative. Read on how to test that, make sure that's good. And see what happens. So, we'll do that on the next video, maybe. Well, it's time to quit for tonight. It's 5 o'clock and it's 112. Oh, it's cooling off. Feels like it's 111.6 now. Just a second ago it was 113. Well, about 5 minutes ago. So 5 o'clock, feels like 111, 112 degrees. Time to call it a day. At least the outside day.